Hi Sendin, welcome to my 2300 square foot villament in Bangalore. Please come in. Hi, I'm Jaya. We are a family of 6, 4 humans and 2 pets. So I live here with my husband, my son, the teenager, and my mother-in-law. So we moved into this space around 1.5 years ago. This is a villament which is duplex with 3 bedrooms and a private terrace. My husband and I, we hail from Palakkad, which has a culture merging both Tamil Nadu and Kerala. You will find a lot of elements that reflect our love for our roots and traditions. So we are in the foyer of my home. You will see very ornate main door, which is carved out of and customized using teak wood and a lot of brass details. We also have teak wood console on the left and a mirror. Mirror is supposed to add an element of good luck to the house, so that's why the designer decided to bring in that element here. And we also have a very beautiful ethnic looking wallpaper that adds to the charm of the space. So this is a rectangular living space that runs quite long. So on the one end of it is a balcony which is west facing. So the room obviously gets a lot of natural light, and which is an added advantage because we have used very brightly colored tiles. The living space then moves on to the dining area and into the kitchen. And we also have our puja area, which is also library together, and all of that tied together beautifully in the same space. And while designing the house, during our visit to Chettinad, we were really captivated by the huge palaces and the vibrant colors. So we decided we are going to get the Athangudi tiles. So what you see around the house, especially in the living areas, are Athangudi tiles, which are in vibrant yellow and maroon in color. We are in the most sacred space of my home, which is the puja area. So instead of having this only as a puja area, we thought we would also add an element of library. Around the puja area, you will find a lot of open shelves with the collection of our reading material. You would see an elevation of about 6 to 7 inches in the entire space here. So that gives this whole area a very cozy and tight, wrapped look. We located this beautiful rocking chair in teak wood that we have used here, along with a footstool. The window that you see on my left is a reflection of what you would see in a lot of Chettinad palaces. We have tried to bring in the color details in terms of the stained glass that we have used and the kind of grills that you would see in a Chettinad palace. And you would also see a pillar that is standing out along with a vibhuti stand. It is made of rosewood, and we got it customized to fit this area. Another very interesting piece of artwork that you will see here is the Pattachitra painting. This is a painting that depicts Krishna and his story. So this we sourced from one of the artists in Odisha during the time of COVID. It was then that many artists who really struggled to keep up their businesses. Around the puja room, along with the library, you will find a lot of unique brass items, some of which again have been handed down by our elders, which are not only pieces of decor, but they are actually put to use every day for our puja. And the seat that you see is predominantly used by my mother-in-law to read her daily prayers and read her Bhagavad Gita and chant during the day. So I get very excited when I talk about the kind of elements that have gone into making each space. This is a 5-seater teak wood sofa, and most of us in the house are tall people, so we are very particular about the comfort the furniture gives us. We found this customized furniture store called Anai Studio in Kormangala, who customize all teak wood furniture based on the dimensions that we require. And since we already have a very ornate floor tiles, we also really understood that rest of the furniture pieces have to be really muted. The fabrics that we selected are from a store called Petals in Bangalore. And coming to the center table, this is one of my favorite pieces in the whole house. So this is actually an ancient cradle which has been converted. So this too we sourced from Maram Furniture. The curtains that you see, they are a beautiful white muslin and linen furnishings with hand block print. We were fortunate enough to come across a business again in Malleshwaram, Bangalore, which is called Eclectic. So when we were making this house, there was also a very clear mandate that we reuse as many antique pieces that we already had. We have two almirahs which are in solid teak, handed down by our father-in-law and his father, so they're almost 100 and 150 years old. So one of the display shelves that you see is actually unjal, a swing, but since we did not have enough space to accommodate it as a swing, so we decided to repurpose into a display shelf. So we are in the kitchen now. Since it runs as a rectangular space, we decided to break the look by adding a partition using fluted glass. The dividers also integrated small storage space in terms of drawers on either side, which can store small items like towels and rest of the utilities that we might need in the kitchen. And to continue the color scheme of the Athangudi tiles in the living room, the cabinet in the kitchen have mustard yellow PU painted shade mixed with veneer finished cabinets for the loft and the other units. So this is a basic U-shaped kitchen with a cooking area, then a prep area and the wet area. So it sort of falls into the perfect working triangle, which was one of our requirements, and our additional requirement was including a space for a built-in dishwasher. It kind of blends in with the rest of the cabinets. So the way we planned the kitchen is that we have a big pantry area just next to the cooking area, so it's easy to access, and also to have hidden storage for the appliances, so it's not around the kitchen countertop consuming the space. Since we wanted a dishwasher, we also thought that it should be proximal to the sink, so it's easy to load and unload the dishes. So kitchen should take most of our time in terms of planning. My designer insisted that we make a list of the utensils and the other items that we have in the kitchen, and we planned the storage based on that. We ensured that we use a lot of deep cabinets to accommodate very Indian kind of utensils like the big pressure cookers, the huge kadai. So we are in the dining space now. This is a round dining table. The primary reason being we wanted anybody who sits on the dining table to be able to look at each other and have a conversation. At the same time, we wanted it to be large enough to accommodate at least 5 of us. The shape itself gives a nice continuity and does not restrict the movement and access to the kitchen. Now we are at the staircase that takes us to the first floor of the house. But before moving, I would like to show you the small space that is just below the staircase that houses shoe rack that keeps the daily footwear, and also a storage space and hides in all of the electrical wiring. We also have a small display unit which displays more of our brass curios. Come, let me take you upstairs. So this is the master bedroom. So this has an attached balcony facing the west, and one of the walls has a workstation and the other wall has a brick detail which has storage space for the important documents. And opposite that is a queen size bed, at the background of which is a lime washed wall. The master bedroom then moves into a walk-in closet which also doubles up as a dressing area, and then attached bath. This is a very spacious balcony. We have a custom-made bench. We also have a custom-designed bar unit here, which also houses a mini refrigerator. Another thing that we all are really proud of in this space is the Kerala mural painting that you see behind me. So it's a long 11 feet mural painting. So we got this customized by an artist, Mr. Naveen Kumar from Kozhikode in Kerala. This is the Krishna Leela. It's an acrylic on canvas. This was painted and then mounted onto ply, and then the frame was created, and it is encompassed on both the ends using terracotta bricks just to give it an embossed effect. We are in my son's bedroom now. It's a very well-lit bedroom with a large window. We chose a muted shade of green for the room. We also have matching PU painted wardrobes and the shutters with a wooden accent. He was very keen on having a raised bed, but then we also thought of how functional it would be as he grows up. But then we got a very nice idea while we were brainstorming about it. So we decided we will have a raised loft bed, which is the size of a queen bed, and create space below that where the drums can fit in snugly. This kind of doubles up as music room, the art room, and study room. So it's a very, very functional room in that sense. So the study table has a very sleek and minimalist design, which runs as a continuation from the wardrobe space. This is a typical teenage room on most days. Sometimes things all over the place, but sometimes it's spick and span. This is a very vibrant room in that sense. This is the lounge area and what you may also call the TV room. This is a very private space for us where we come to unwind. So there's a very interesting piece that you will see here, which is the center table. This is actually an ancient trunk which has been refurbished, and then there is a day bed. Because this is a lounge area, we wanted the seating to be really comfortable. So this is where we cozy ourselves up along with the pets that you can see. So another eye-catching feature of this staircase that leads us to the first floor is the really tall accent wall that runs up to almost 20 feet. These are handmade terracotta tiles, so you will see natural blemishes on the tiles, but it has been given a polish just to give out a more vibrant terracotta color. This is the private terrace of the Villament. This is a place where I spend a good amount of time on a daily basis tending to my plants here. So what you see is thatched roof. This is a thatch made of HDPE, which imitates the look of a real thatch, but it's practically maintenance free. And to add a little bit of functionality, we have also moved our laundry area to the terrace. So there is a small enclosed room in the corner, which houses both our washing machine and the dryer. I think both of us, my husband and I, have spent a lot of not only time but a lot of focused effort and emotions here. There are a lot of imperfections that we see in the house. The Athangudi tiles that we see have their natural blemishes, but we are so glad that we are using them because all of them are growing old with us very gracefully. And I should make a special mention of Ashwati here, who was our designer from Studio Anvaya. She has been an integral part of whatever this home is today. Thank you, Zenden, for choosing my home. If you enjoyed my home tour, please like, share and subscribe.